All right, guys. Now, hope everything is working properly. Um, Good morning or good afternoon to some of you guys. For me, it's not good morning; it's already good afternoon, because it's already 21 p.m. Trying to figure out today what's what's going on with the time and everything. Today I feel much better than yesterday. Yesterday I felt like crap. like I went earlier, well, I couldn't sleep because of the situation with the stream. My Streamlabs got erased, everything, all my setup and everything, and so I wasn't able to put that together. So I had to download OBS and get that straightened out. And now I'm over here in the OBS. Thank God I finished everything. The only thing that's left is the music and stuff like that. I think I got a little bit of hang of it, but I'm not sure if you guys could hear it on the background on your side. And if you guys can't, it's okay. I mean, eventually I'm gonna get that together. But for the meantime, good afternoon, guys. It's January 13 already. We're almost mid month. This month is just it's going very fast and everything. So you know, hopefully everything is turning out well for everyone that's watching and everything, and for those in the future that's watched the video. Thank you for showing support, every single one of you. I mean, even the ones that that are right now watching as well. And so, if you're new watching, just don't forget to hit the follow, and hit share, and share it to the platforms and everything. I mean, social media platforms. Mostly, I'm a little bit more active on the X platform. Not streaming yet, but I post a lot of stuff. Sharing other streamers and stuff like that there. So you know, hopefully, you guys can follow me there, and also follow me on Rumble first of all and everything. This is my main platform, and so hopefully we could get some more followers. My goal is 100 followers for this month. Well, I'm already around 40, 46, 47 followers, so I don't got a little bit. I only got a little bit more for 100. I forgot, talking about goals. I forgot to put the goal line on the stream, but that's another one that I have to, I have to figure out, because I haven't done it in a little bit, so I have to figure that out. And so, but let's get moving. Today we're gonna talk about more stocks. Um, I hope everyone had a good day. And so let's go ahead and see what we got. Let's go to the third adjustments here in the stream. I hope you guys like it and it's more cleaner and stuff like that. And so as you can see here, what you see on the right side. Well, on the left side, you have the Finviz and everything. This is more to screen the new stocks and everything. We're gonna get to that in a bit. But what I want to talk about is on the right, where the document, the is on the right. That right there is showing my criteria, what I like seeing on pre-market, market open, and even market close. When it's usually pre-market or market open, I like to focus more on percentage change, and after that, whatever else the criteria says, which is price, volume, the float, you got the what the chart is saying on the daily chart, whether the stock is running or not. I want to focus on all those things. And so I'm going to talk a little bit more about that as we filter out the stocks for today. But for now, I'm gonna go ahead and look at the. We're gonna start a little bit faster today. We're gonna look at the stocks that we mentioned yesterday, which is two of them, which is EVTV and LVLU. And so we're gonna look at that today. And so let me close the door really quick because I have my dog barking and I don't want to hear that on the background. Even though I you know I kind of made adjustments on the audio, but I'm not sure if you guys could pick up the barking sound. So hold on a second. I'm gonna be right back. Let me close the door really quick. Okay, guys. Alrighty, guys. So we're gonna go ahead and look at the stocks that we had for today, which is the EVTV and LVLU. Let's check EVTV really quick. Anybody out there that has any questions? Also, don't forget to hit the chat, or talk to write on the comment section and everything. I have many platforms on the description that you guys could follow as well, and follow my journey through there as well, and especially on Discord, because I'm posting everything that you see here, everything that you're gonna see here, you're gonna see it on the Discord. So everything's gonna be posted there. So if you're missing anything and you either don't want to watch go back and watch the video, and you just want to analyze the stocks only, then you guys could go ahead and go to the Discord and see it through there as well. So hopefully you guys liking the stream as for now. And so let's go ahead and go to EVTV, and let's go to see that chart really quick. So EVTV, and we're gonna check stocks. And so what you're looking at right now is the charting software. It's a this one is a website. You could download also a software which is the same thing. Um it shows you the same thing. You could sign up for free with them. Now, if you want to trade in their platform, it has to be a paid. It has to be paid. Especially the live feedback of the stock fluctuation and all that. Even the scanners are you have to well, they're free, but the live feed of it, if you want to see the charts and everything move live, then you pay for that, and so but this is good for analysis and to check what the stock is gonna do, and do your homework and everything. And so as we can see here, it had another breakout day. It finished strong, so and it had a good after hours move. Right here, I was waiting for it to pull back. I think in the notes here, I said great price, unusual volume, low flow, had good news, which was a contract news, had a history of running. Plan will be for wait for a pullback, and then to bounce and test the higher day for a possible breakout. Exactly what I just said. It pulled back and bounced off the previous resistance, which is the support line. Once it broke out for the first time here on the after hours, it became support, and so it bounced perfectly. Right here, people could have caught the bounce right here, and set a stop loss right here around 5% or something, and then ride it to the the previous high, or wait for a breakout and see if how high can it go based on um you know the level 2, level 3, or level 4, whatever works for you at the end of the day, whatever strategy works for you. My I want to dedicate my stream usually to show you guys how to find these right here. And so but we're doing some analysis as well, and so that's good because it could raise questions, and that's good to help people out in the community. If you guys have any questions, you guys go ahead and put it down there. Any type of questions anyway. And so let's go ahead and continue. And so we saw the bounce, and it got up to the previous high, right here, which was the at the market open. It opened right here, as you can see. Let me see if you guys can see clearly. Okay, yeah. And so um it opened down here at 333, and then it went up to a breakout and went up to 398. However, this was not a confirmation breakout because it didn't close above the breakout level. So, but as it started to go down, it got below the VWAP, but it was hanging on the VWAP most of the pre-market. Then at the market open, it just slammed down, and you know a lot of buyers stacked up on this resistance line right here, and they just pushed the price back up. And so that's pretty good to see. um Let me check really quick something here. Oh, hold on a second. There you go. And I got these two things. Okay, so as you can see in the chart, we have, it didn't close strong today, which is not good to see on a first or second day. um this right here could be done deal right here. These 2 days could be it. However, well, it did close below the resistance line here after it broke out. Well, the support, this is the support, so it broke down support, um and just stay there. It tried to test again, but it failed. So, and it's now below the VWAP line. So I'm not sure if it's gonna continue to hold above these areas here. It might come down and test these again, and we'll see if the strength of the support is gonna hold this price here. Um, and so we'll see what it can do. I think we could check another second day, third day, to see if this is gonna continue to move. What is today? Today is let me see. I don't see the date here. Hold on a second, guys. Why is it not? Okay, Tuesday. So it's the second day of the week. I mean, there's a lot of more stocks gonna show up eventually. So we'll keep an eye on that. Um, but let's go ahead and continue. This right here, as you can see, it didn't finish good, but I mean, you would have took advantage of these moves here and the bounce and the breakout. This had a confirmation breakout, but it didn't hold these highs here. So it kind of trapped a lot of buyers here. That's why it pushed down to the VWAP. Some people would have caught it at the VWAP and pushed the price up. But this right here, this level right here would have been a okay confirmation because it's very extended. This point right here is very extended. So you, like, honestly, you would have took, if you would have do what I've would have done, I would have taken two small losses here and then try on the third one here. This would have been the confirmation breakout. Let me add a line here really quick. That would have been that first one. Was this one was a, you could consider it a confirmation pullback. This right here is a confirmation pullback. More clear than this one. This one I would have marked it here usually. So right there, I would have waited for a confirmation breakout, which was this one right here, this candle breakout and close above the resistance line. And right here, you would have got in right here, and it went up to 11%, and the highest up to 17%. So if you would have took like around 3 to 5% losses here, that would have been like 10% or less, like 8 or 10%, and you would have still got, if in this move here you would have hold a little bit, you would have got all your you would have broke almost even, you make a little bit more profit depending on your tolerance, but this was okay. It was not great move, but was decent enough to make a move. Some people that would have caught it on a bounce would have made more money, um but it was a good move. This was a really good move. So um right here also you would have played it. Let me mark a trend line here really quick. So the low of the day, which is this point, versus the low of today, and now we got analyze where the stock is going to continue to go depending on where it decides to break down or break out. So right now it's in these levels where this support uptrending support line is not holding, and so that's unfortunate to see. And so this price might go down, possibly go down and test these support levels. Um, but everything depends what is gonna do today. I don't know how I marked this line here. Was it from a previous day or a daily? What was on the daily? Yes, I did this one. So that's a previous resistance line there. But this is the current resistance line that it has to break out before it tests those highs, 487. So it has a little bit to go. If it wants to retest these, it has to go through these resistance lines, which are pretty strong right now. And the only way you can see how many sellers there is here holding this price down, you have to look at the level 3, or the level 4. You have to pay attention to that. And so that'll be a good thing to check and everything. I hope the audio is working properly and is not giving any issues. If anything, anyone watching or anything like that, just if you guys could, hit the chats and let me know if the audio is doing good, then I would appreciate it as well. But it's okay. I will know at the end of the stream if it worked or not. Um, and so let's go ahead and continue. And so right here, we'll keep it on watch still, just to analyze, not to trade. At this point, this would have been a good plan. Yesterday would have been the best plan for today, which was good. That plan was that we made was solid, perfect. And so let's go ahead and go to the next one and see what's next. So we'll keep on watch. We'll put the date of today, which is the 30th. Hold on a second. How they say? I gotta fix that. Like the hot what I just did here. Okay. So we back on the stream. I thought I turned it off for a minute. So I'm not sure if I could like have to deactivate the hot triggers or something like that. I don't know how you call those. Let's see. The hot keys. I may have to change them because that's gonna mess the whole stream. So let's change this really quick. Let's change it really quick. Let's see how can we add something here. So first screen. So let's add that one. Um, Next, let's do this one. Two, three. Well, let's make it more organized. Bear with me for a minute, guys. Let me change this really quick. I'm gonna be right back. Let me change this really quick. Um, Let me right back. Okay, guys. I guess we fixed it. I had to change it because I had the hotkeys using my number pad here where I put the numbers, and that right there would have messed the whole stream, changing and all that stuff like that. So let's go ahead and make a note for the stock of today. So today is the 13th. Let me change that date. I don't know why I put 43 up there. So 13, 2026. I can't believe it's 2026 still. Um, so today is 2:43 p.m. Pacific time. And so this is crypto. This is today. Let's put today's stocks so we can have it more organized. Changed at least 18. Hold it out. And we're gonna put the date next to it. So today's 1/13, oh, 13, 2026, and it's 2:43, like we said before, 2:43 p.m. I said 4:43, 2:43 p.m. Pacific time. So yeah, guys, I know this this stream has been going on a roller coaster for weeks, but this is part of the journey where you're living and learning, and so that this is probably what other streamers have done at the beginning, which is go on a roller coaster, but it's okay. This is part of the journey. So let's go ahead and continue. Um, I press save. Okay. So 1:13:23, 2:44 p.m. So it's always good to like make sure you write everything, organize everything on your notes so that you can know exactly what you wrote. Um Keep watch, no trade. Let me write a little bit more stuff as it breakout had as it had did what we planned. However, it didn't close strong today. Okay. So let's check LVLU. LVLU. And so today we didn't see much activity. It did tank half of its gains here. So I guess it's more consolidating, like a rest, taking like a rest day, quote unquote. Tomorrow we might see another move for a test of 1590. So we'll keep this one on watch as well. Um, 26. I put 23 up here. That's funny. Um, so 26, 2:46 p.m. Um, keep watch, no trade, resting day as it consolidated today and had much action. Tomorrow we we might see a test of high of yesterday. Highs if volume shows up, which is the demand. And so that's it with these two stocks right here. And so you see, as you can see right here, it only has 691,000 of volume, which is not great. We want to see more of that. We want to see the same amount of volume, or not the same, but near the same amount of volume. You know, you can see down here the volume bars here, um, showing up. The same thing, the same time that these show up on on the chart, these bars show up as well, and they could show a little stories as well. You know, so you have, it's always good to understand volumes on the chart, as well as the candlesticks here, the Japanese candlesticks as well. You know, so it's always good to study these in order to understand how to trade these stocks as well. So you know, um, make sure to do diligence to really understand these. You know, before you make a trade. Um, and so let's go on to the next one. So we're done with these two, with the two ones. We will keep it on watch still, you know, just for analysis purposes. Uh, you know, but it had a good, both of the well, not both of them, just the EVTV had a good move today. So very proud of myself for planning this out. It happened exactly what we planned. And so, you know, after so many years, you know, when you know you finally got it, that's when you're like relief. You're like, oh yeah, I know what I'm doing now. And so that's a good thing about learning something and getting better over time. And up to the point, it's kind of like when you play video games, you know, just for an example, like Call of Duty. I mean, I've been playing Call of Duty since it started, you know, in PC. And so I was terrible. I was very terrible, you know, getting shot, you know, more than what I shot people. Like, I didn't know what the hell was sensitivities, what the hell was the control settings, what the screen settings, all that. I had to learn it over time, you know, and had to also learn different things from other people as well. So it's always good to nitpick things that, you know, you could learn from other people and grab them and use them for yourself, you know, and build your own set of rules, your own set of criterias, and that eventually will get you to the point where you want to be, you know. But in this case, we're done with these two. Let me drink a little bit of water, excuse me. And so I hope the audio, you know, what I'm worried today is that the audio is not working properly, but I did many tests here and there, so hopefully it's working. So we'll keep it on watch, these two stocks, and so we'll go ahead and do a new now. We're gonna do a new scan now for new stocks, and so let's check that up today. Anything that you guys see wrong on the chat, on the, not on the chat, on the screen, you know, on the stream, whether if it's if the charts are not looking clear or whether the window is too small, hit me on the comments or let me know if have to make some adjustments in the future. That I would have gladly appreciate it. That'll help me a lot. At this point, I put these two separated, the document and the chart, so that you guys could see it there on all the time. Let me see if it's showing. There you go. It's showing clearly. So let's go ahead and go to the scanner, the FinViz. So in FinViz, right? You wanna focus on the screening. The market is closed. You wanna first of all you wanna understand where you at in the market. You just woke up in the morning and you want to scan for stocks to check throughout the day, or you in the afternoon, or you at the market close, or what? You that's kind of the first thing that you want to figure out, on how to like start off, period. And so right now it's the market close. Right now it's 5:52 p.m. market close, like an hour and 50 something ago or something, which is at 4 o'clock Eastern time. You can see it here on the top. That's the good thing about this website too, that it shows you exactly the market hours here. And so you got to know where you standing right now, and so on the market. And so the next thing to check is the screeners, for today. And since the market is closed, I want to focus not on the percentage change. I want to focus on the volume and the rest of the criteria that I have listed. And so on screener, right? Um, as you can see here, you see only a little bit here to filter out. You don't see the complete things that you need to filter. And so we're gonna press this tab right here, all, and it's gonna show you all of the different ways you could filter out these to find the stocks. And so the first thing I want to focus on is market cap. I want to focus that the market cap is under 300 million. Market cap is short term for market capitalization. And so as you can see, like if you hover your mouse to the word, it'll tell you exactly the meaning and what it is and what it does. So market cap, I want to focus on a micro under 300 million. And so the 300 million is the total value of the company. Simple as that. And so on to the next one is the price. The price I want to focus on $1 to $20, right? And if you see on my notes, I have put here on my criteria. That's my criteria right there, just in case you don't know what I'm saying here. And so let's go ahead and continue. So right here, you got the micro cap under 300 million. I'm also gonna add it to my let's do that also as well. So I don't keep confusing you with the market cap as well. So market cap has to be under 300 million. 300 million total company value. And so that's part of the criteria too. And so market cap as well over here, market cap. So I add it on both open or close. We need them both. That's kind of like the first thing that you need to check, when you do the market cap, when you're filtering out or screening the new stocks for today. And so right here, as you can see, I want to see anything under 300 million micro cap. The price has to be from 1 to 20. And if we hover over the mouse on the third column, you can see down here the relative volume. You can see the definition as well if you hover over to the word. The relative volume is pretty much the you know there's a number in that they use to comparing the current volume and the average volume over a period of time. It could be either months or years or whatever. In this case, this web only do 3 months, so that's between those two. They do a calculation of them, and my preference is over 5. um and you go also, in case you don't kind of trust what the definition that they using, you can also go to Investopedia and check market capitalization on Investopedia website. That's kind of like an encyclopedia for the stocks and everything for finance in general. And also there's YouTube channels that many influencers use to show you guys definitions of what is what for the markets and everything. So that's another way to look at it. And so if you go on the next column here, you can see industry. We want to see only stocks here. And so down here on the same column, you see performance. Performance, I want to see stocks that are up for the day. That's all I want to see. I don't want to see stocks that are down for the day. Um, and so we'll have that, and then the next thing is the volume. And volume, I only want to see anything over 1 million. The volume, it also says here the number of shares traded today is more the demand, of the stock. You know, and the more amount of people that trade, in the stock versus the amount of shares available to trade, that's when the price could go on the uptrend really fast. But if there's a lot of shares traded more than the demand, then they have to drop the price in order to attract more demand. And so that's kind of a summary of what I was what you should understand about you know um supply and demand. And so over here in the next, if you hover over to the last column right here, you're gonna see the float. And so anything under 10 million will do right here. Under 10 million will do. And so this is kind of the criteria that you should look for. um Very simple, nothing out of the extraordinary. It took me a lot of years to understand this. And so you guys get in here for free, and that's good. That's really good. So me, when you see the results, you have over here, we could see we have more results than yesterday, and that's amazing. That's good. That means the market is getting hotter. So if you can see a lot of results happening, then that's a good thing. And so we want to I don't want to see like the names. Like, I care less what the names of the companies are, or what the sector it comes from, or what the industry is, or what the country it comes from. I mean, yeah, the market cap is important to filter out, the stocks, but I don't want to see this while I'm analyzing these stocks. And so the only way you can remove that is to go to the custom. And on the custom, right, we could take off these little numbers here, right? Take out the numbers, the company name, the sector, the industry, the country, the market cap, and the PE ratio. And as you can see, look, it looks more clean. You know, not too much. mm, Uh, you know, Not a mess here. It looks more cleaner. And the only things I would add extra would be the relative volume right here on this last column. And if you move over a couple columns more here at this column right here, you will see the shares float. And so that's this right here. You have six amount things to check. You know. Oh, wait a minute. Percentage change. This, since the market is closed, we don't want to see it. There's no need for it. You know. There's nothing to analyze there when the market is closed. So so you have five actually. And so This right here is more organized, and so to make it more understandable, I would want to analyze the stocks that are trading shares the most from high to lowest. I would want to sort out the volume, which is the demand, you know. And so let's check again, and there we go. And so we have here the highest traded stock today. The low price stocks was there, and it looked like a pretty good move too. So we'll look at those. We'll analyze those. We'll do all the way to here to the last of the double digits here. I won't do. I'm not gonna spend time doing these right here. Even though they had good moves, some of them had some pretty interesting moves here. But we're not gonna look at them. This one is over traded here. Um, this one had a gap up, pretty good gap up. You know, some of them over traded, but they have some pretty good moves. Will be good to watch as well. If you guys have more time, me, I only, I will only dedicate an hour to almost 2 hours, depending how long the stream is. I will only dedicate so much. So I hope you guys are watching the stream, because on my side, I cannot see it on the app. Usually, I see it. I can see my stream, but in this case, I can't. I'm not sure why. So that's kind of concerning, to me. So I will have to eventually fix that because I would want people to see the stream live, and not wait for the recorded version of it. So we'll take a look at that later and stuff like that. But in the meantime, we'll look at these and set up a watch list for it. And so Zaire, let's check the Zaire of the first one for the day. Zaire. And as you can see here, it had a really good move here. You could have started off at this confirmation breakdown here, pullback, a confirmation pullback. Um, and right here would have been your entry. You had a confirmation breakout here, and you would have entered here for a 9% move. That right there would have been a win, a nice win for today. Next, next move. I don't think it had other moves here. Only the bounce. You could have waited for a pullback bounce off the support line here, which it did a really small bounce and just took off. Again. So you could have got it at the bounce or at the breakout, whichever. Both of them were pretty good. Overall. This was not a confirmation pullback. This was a confirmation pullback, but the highest point was this one couldn't it didn't close solid there. Well, it did close confirmation breakout here, but it didn't continue. It didn't have no solid continuation there. Um, so I'll leave it there, and I'll add the highest point of the day. Just leave that as a strong. This is a strong resistance here. It has a lot of consolidation here. Range is pretty big, so this is a consolidation, and it's still above the VWAP. So it could either tomorrow pre-market, it could either bounce off the VWAP or come down and bounce off the support and try to test these highs again. Um, we'll have to see. We'll keep it on watch. So there's the first stock of the day that we'll keep on watch. So let's put the date 26. 3:05 p.m. And so there's the first one. Had good price. The volume. Check the volume. 406 million, which is phenomenal. Rate volume. Um, let's see. Shares float, low float, low float. Let's see if it had news. So let's see. XTL Bio Pharmaceutical acquires 85% of Beyond Air subsidiary NOS, entering the massive autism market with Nobel Prize winning scientific leadership. So this is a good news. That's really good news. Um, so it acquired this company here, Beyond Air. So that's good news. Good contract news. And so close strong. And let's see the daily chart. And as you can see here, overall it's terrible. It had a bunch of splits here. You know, you can see the price, the windows going up very fast like that to the high points. Had a bunch of good earnings. Right now, it had a bad earnings here. These last two earning dates. This is the first green day, and it's a multi week breakout. It's a multi week breakout. So the breakout wasn't that outstanding, but you know it was a pretty good move overall. That will be the next resistance line if it breaks out these levels here, these two levels. That'll be the next one up there. And so daily chart bad. However, has history of running um plan would be to wait for pullback off VWAP or support levels and test high of day at, check the 5 minute, 266. Yep, 266. So that will be it for that stock. So we'll keep it on watch. The next one would be EVTV. We already did that one, which showed up again. That's a good news. Aton will be the next one. So Aton yesterday on after hours had a pretty interesting move. Um, those who took advantage of it after hours, congrats to you guys. I wouldn't trade after hours. Very risky. However, it gave back most of its gains, and after afternoon, you know, you had some of the short sellers here covering over here at this point. And so that was a pretty interesting move, and now it's just, you know, it gapped down massively. Doesn't have any more life here. It gave back all of its gains, and it's at its normal price range here at $1. I wouldn't be shocked if this stock gets delisted today. Has no news. Well, not get delisted today, but eventually get delisted. That's what I meant to say. Um, Today it says Anton Alphaton Capital uh Corporation announces 15 million registered direct offering. Yeah, they in search for money. You know, they're trying to get extra money and bail. That's kind of what is happening here. So yeah, I wouldn't. This stock doesn't have no life left. They just you know recoup whatever money that they had in losses with this move, and they sold out most of their shares up here, and now it's just crashing right now. It's doing bad, very bad. So this is no good stock to watch. The daily is all crap. It had some good moves here, you know. It had a split. They did a stock split as well, and it had bad earnings here. But as you can see, these little small big moves that it makes on the first day, the rest of the days after that, it just come crashing down. This one couldn't hold highs, and it's just coming crashing down again. So yeah, that's not good to see. So it opened at a multi-week breakout here, but it didn't matter if it didn't close near the highs or close strong for the day. So on to the next one. So decoy is the next one. Let's check decoy. So decoy had an all-time high. This is an all-time high. It just IPO'd not too long ago. And closed pretty high, as when it started. But it was a red day, closed as a red day. So let's check the 5 minute and see how it did. So there was hardly no activity the few days that it IPO'd. Um, However, today is running, and let's see why. Let's see the news. So it says today, it says Decoy Therapeutic reaches global access commitment agreement to focus on development of globally accessible, scalable, and blah blah blah. Okay, so there's an agreement, that they have. They're planning to do some. They're planning to do something, with the company. Um, so yeah, and this is a health. Is this a biotech? Yeah, it's a biotech. So they're trying to do a new development here. So it says globally accessible. So they're trying to make this worldwide, pretty much. Whatever they're trying to do. We don't want to go too much into the news. We want to know if there was news or not, which already found out that yes, there was news that made this go up. Now you guys can make your own like homework on checking more of why it went out. Like more detail of the news, but just by seeing the this news title here, that will be enough for me to know, what I'm looking at. So they're trying to make a commitment here, in on writing, that they want to like make this whatever they're trying to make globally accessible. So, it could be a product or something, for either cancer or whatever it is, Um but on the 7th, they had another news. Pharmaceutical changes corporate name to Decoy Therapeutics and Nasdaq ticker symbol to Decoy. So they changed their ticker symbol recently. So it's already had some its history. I mean, since 2021, way back since 2021. So this company is not new, quote unquote new. They just changed their ticker symbol. So um that's okay news. It's not great. It's not like, oh wow, they just cured cancer or whatever, Um that's why it went up because of that type of news, but it gave back half of its gains, and right now it's having a hard time to stay above these levels here and get above the get its head above the water here on the VWAP. So I'm not sure if this stock is gonna make anything tomorrow. Let's see the volume. 108 million, which is good volume. Tomorrow might have more volume, and people might get more attracted to this stock tomorrow. But today, right now, off these highs, had 36% drop. I wouldn't I wouldn't pay attention to it. It didn't close strong, and it's not above the VWAP, so it's a goner for me. XTLB looks interesting. XTLB. And so XTLB is consolidating below the VWAP. It's okay to consolidate. Have given out half of its gains, so it's almost a similar move to the previous stock that we just watched. However, it had a good move today pre-market. Um, I I like watching this confirmation pullback here, and it had some halt going on here. This gap right here is not normal. It's a halt. You know, right here, it would have been tough for me to get in this stock. So this one, I wouldn't trade it if I would have seen it. And that's the highest point of the day. So it's around that range. Might test the support level and try to get above VWAP, or it might get above VWAP and push to test the higher day. There's those two things that could happen tomorrow on pre-market or market open. So we'll have to take a look at it. We'll take a look at it only. STLB will only keep on watch for analysis. Had okay move. Market open. Has given back half of its gains, but is holding in between support and below VWAP line. Will it test high of day again? We'll take a look at that. I'm having a phone call right now. There's a phone call. So let me go ahead and grab that really quick. It's very urgent. And I'm gonna come back as soon as possible. So let me go ahead and do that really quick. So Okay, guys. Now I figure out why what are the issues that we're having today. And the you know, let me spill it out really quick. Okay, so I'm running a stream right now that's private and it's not public. So what happens when I have a stream on private? Nobody's watching this. N- and nobody will ever watch it if it's on private. However, if it's on public, then that's when people are able to watch it. And so I'm not sure if this is gonna show up on my stream completely. So I'm gonna have to like make it really short and see if I could run a part two. Um, but the part two might have to come, it's gonna be very fast because I already spent like an hour or something talking by myself here. So let's go ahead and cut this one off. I hope you guys like what I show at the beginning. Just don't forget to hit the like, the share, and the follow to support me. I know I had to make some extra adjustments on my stream, and I was running some tests, and I had to put my stream on private so that it won't look like a mess, at the beginning. But thank God now we fixed that, and so let's go ahead and stop the stream and start the part two because we had those issues. So sorry about that, guys. We'll continue. We'll continue to analyze, and we'll start off.